There are reverse mortgage calculators, but then there are reverse mortgage point-of-sale solutions. Lenderful Solutions helps you get more loans, retain more customers, and even make online applications a reality. To learn more, visit lenderfulsolutions.com. Another edition of our Reverse Mortgage News Roundup. Both NRMLA and the NBA submit comments on Ginnie Mae's new HECM securitization program, and HighTech Lending rebrands their wholesale channel. These are your top reverse mortgage news stories for the week of August 12th. You're listening to HECM World Weekly, the nation's only weekly podcast bringing reverse mortgage news to you, the mortgage professional. And it's time for another edition of our Reverse Mortgage News Roundup with a quick recap of reverse mortgage news stories you may not find elsewhere. First, a decentralized cross-asset marketplace known as Mesh.Trade recently launched a capital raise of $1.64 million US. That's 30 million South African rands, and a capital raise for the Cape Town-based South African reverse mortgage provider Water Financial. The raise involved issuing 30,000 Series A preference shares, which pay an equivalent of 87% of the prime lending rate. According to a report, the capital raise is the first of several planned capital raises to support Water Financial's expanding lending needs, according to a report. And this next story I'll have to chalk up as one of the few times I've agreed with Suzie Orman when it comes to reverse mortgages. On her recent Women and Money podcast, a listener asked for financial advice on how she could financially support her daughter's wedding even while her savings were dwindling. The 67-year-old listener, Susan, wrote, "My daughter is getting married and needs money. My savings are dwindling and I'm thinking about taking money out of the house. If I take money out of my home, is there any help you can give me as to the best way? I'm 67 and was thinking about a reverse mortgage, but I don't know much about it. Are there any other solutions?" Orman replied, "Just because your daughter has decided to get married and just because she's doing it in a way where she needs money, that does not mean you need to jeopardize your future for one day," says Orman. "That wedding isn't going to create her future." And I agree. If that's the only reason you're getting a reverse mortgage, perhaps it's not the best choice. Reverse mortgage professionals listening today are well familiar with many of the objections they hear from prospective borrowers. Well, mark your calendar. This Wednesday at 11 a.m. Pacific, we will have a free webinar on how you can best overcome reverse mortgage objections and help the homeowner get out of their own way. Reverse mortgage trainer and originator Christina Harms, CRMP, will be sharing on how to effectively prevent and overcome homeowner objections to reverse mortgages, and topics include how to explain loan proceeds, selling value instead of the cost of the loan, and how to frame interest rates. Housing Wire reports that the National Reverse Mortgage Lenders Association, or NRMLA, and the Mortgage Bankers Association, the MBA, have submitted a joint letter to Ginnie Mae's acting president, Sam Valverde. The letter outlines both trade associations' inputs and perspective on the government-owned company's proposed supplemental home equity conversion mortgage-backed securities, or HMBS program. The program has been referred to many as the HMBS 2.0, which was initially announced as a development in the beginning of this year. The intent of the new program is to ease liquidity strains on reverse mortgage lenders who are issuers of HECM mortgage-backed securities. Now, the suggestions include the implementation of a 100% pooling maximum participation rate, which would have a 5% risk retention requirement. The associations say that this further aligns the new program with provisions of existing HECM mortgage-backed security programs, while a 5% risk retention requirement would align with the provisions of the Dodd-Frank Act for non-agency securitizations. While much of this sounds technical, and it certainly is, the implications for our industry are profound. If implemented, the proposed program could alleviate liquidity constraints for HMBS issuers by facilitating the repooling of active and non-active buyouts into the new custom single issuer pools, said the MBA of its outlook on the new program. Adding, HMBS 2.0 will permit the pooling of HECMs with an outstanding unpaid principal balance, or UPB, of no less than 98% and no greater than 148% of the maximum claim amount. The MBA also advised advised their members to continue offering perspectives on the proposed program. Prior to the drafting of the letter, NRMLA President Steve Irwin previously had told Reverse Mortgage Daily the association's HMBS issuer members were contributing to the requested comments, and he has relayed much of that optimism on the company's proposal. Irwin told Reverse Mortgage Daily, "We know how limited their resources are at Ginnie Mae, and I think this speaks volumes to their dedication to the mission of the HECM program and its importance, not only to HUD, but to Ginnie Mae as well." HighTech Lending, a top 10 ranked reverse mortgage lender, announced last Friday they will be rebranding their wholesale lending division as American Senior Lending. Housing Wire's Reverse Mortgage Daily interviewed Eric Ellsworth, the company's executive vice president of sales, and also Rich Walker, their vice president of wholesale reverse, to look into some of the details to the rebrand. Walker explained the company's name of HighTech Lending, which originated back to 2007, emphasized their place as a leader in new technology solutions for mortgage lending, including paperless files. Now, time has passed, they said, and company leaders have understood their name may not be communicating their dedication to the reverse mortgage space. In subsequent years, the reverse mortgage division grew significantly and became a major part of our business, Walker told Reverse Mortgage Daily. During the COVID-19 refi boom, both divisions performed exceptionally well. However, in recent times, the reverse division has proven to be much more integral to our overall strategy. HighTech will officially be changing the name of their wholesale division to American Senior Lending effective September 1st. So why not the name American Senior Reverse Mortgages? Ellsworth said they chose to go with a 30,000-foot perspective, wanting to be a one-stop shop for seniors 55 and older for all their financial needs. David Peskin, who had purchased an ownership stake in HighTech Lending earlier this spring, said, "Changing our name to American Senior Lending is the next chapter of our strategy and emphasizes our focus on helping older homeowners have access to the best products for their needs. Our goal is to specialize in helping our partners support their older clients with hands-on support and diversified products. Our name change shows our commitment to this demographic and business model." Thank you for joining us for this week's episode of HECM World Weekly. Listeners can subscribe and also listen on Apple Music, Spotify, and Podbean. If you'd like to see our video edition, you can find that at HECMWorld.com as well. Is there something new brewing for your lender or company? Be sure to let us know. You can give us your press release and information at info@HECMWorld.com. Thank you for joining us, and be sure to return next week for more Reverse Mortgage News on the Go.